Welcome to Yo-11 Minutes. Yo-11 Minutes, mostly Vegas, no BS casino experience, and more. Michael Traeger is a casino and travel loyalty expert who also helps people turn their travel dreams into reality. And now, Michael Traeger. How's it going, Michael?
It is going great. How is it going for you?
It is also going great. Thank you for asking. I appreciate that. They're saying
Yeah,
that
I
we're
know.
going to get snow out here, depending on where you get your weather sources from. They're saying it's going to be anywhere from 4 to 10 inches over the next 3 days. That Las
Really?
Vegas could see snowfall. But then I just checked, the Weather Channel 5-day weather forecast. No, not a thing about snow.
Well, if if they happen to find snow or snow finds its way to Las Vegas,
Mhm.
then you must sing White Christmas as the opening for the episode that we do soonest after that snowfall.
That might be a while. That might be like the holidays will be. I'll tell you what. I will get video of myself in the snow in Las Vegas, and I'll sing White Christmas, and I'll put it on a. We'll do a special video thingy or something for the holidays. I don't know. We'll do something cool if it happens. If I'm awake when it snows, because it's
Cool,
likely going to be
cool.
overnight that we're going to get that snow. So we'll see.
You know what? This is also a good time to mention that there will be the final yo of 20. Oh, my dog is sort of asking me something, but Leo, you're gonna have to wait. It'd only be about 12 more minutes. Anyway, the final yo, the final yo 11 will probably be on Sunday the 17th because we both have busy end of years. So I wanted people to know that, and we will start fresh in 2024 with season 2. So it's the final yo
The final yo of 2023. Yo.
of 20 the final yo of 2023, and I'll try to make that really really clear so it's not that annoying thing where you think that we've just disappeared on you for 2 weeks, which is not true.
Right.
So I will keep repeating the final yo. Don't I feel like when I
Maybe
go into
maybe
like that
the
song.
word final is kind of strong, and that would give people the opinion that we're not even coming back.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. We'll have to figure out a way to market this.
a better way to say it. Well, we'll figure it out. We'll
Uh,
figure it out for sure.
Season
So
finale of
yeah,
Yo
exactly. The
11
season, the
minutes.
season yo, the season yo, the season yo finale.
There
So
it is.
that is true. So it's a rather slow, a rather slow week, and there hasn't been too much blowback. Oh, I had to figure out.
Oh,
There hasn't been too much blowback from our mention of Fountain Blow.
blow.
So, but we do have a lot of comments to share. So, is there anything newsworthy today, Mr.
Well,
Movestra?
there isn't really any news today. There's just a bunch of fluff pieces about how Fontainebleau is opening tomorrow. However, one thing that I just found out about is this thing called a Very Vegas Christmas Carol. And it's a live show from December 7th through the 30th. It looks like it's happening on Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturdays. And the description of the show is fun. I'm going to read the description of the show. Bada bing. A dash of Dickens, a shot of Scorsese, and a whole lot of Liberace is the recipe for this boozy holiday cocktail. As corporations kick out the mob, Sheldon Wynn, the most ruthless casino owner in Vegas, is holding on for his life. A ring-a-ding visit from three ghosts, including a cranky cocktail waitress and a bizarre French-Canadian clown. We assure this hamburger is shaken, not stirred. It's a foul-mouthed, over-the-top lounge musical twist on a Christmas classic with very Vegas vibe. And I thought that was interesting. But then I was like, yeah, first I was like, yeah, I'd absolutely love to go and see that. And then the second thing I thought was like, this sounds a little bit familiar. Where have I heard this before? I know I've heard this from somewhere. A few years back, Vegas Bun Boy, not to be confused with Travel Fanboy, formerly Vegas Fanboy, but Vegas Bun Boy from the UK. We had a lot of us podcasters at the time got together for a collab doing for the holidays. It was like everybody would throw in a segment. And I remember Vegas Bun Boy had this wonderful thing he did on his podcast. It was basically this. What I just read to you, it was that. It was a Christmas Carol, but it was Steve Wynn as the Scrooge, and he had all these crazy characters. And I'm just reading this, and I'm like, man, this sounds familiar. So um, I let
I
him
remember
know.
he used to do. I remember Vegas Fun Boy used to be like 1,187 days until my next trip in
Yes.
Vegas and stuff. He actually did a. We did a meetup in the UK, and I hosted a cocktail party at Playboy before we went to play dice, and then I got yelled at Lola's during dice because I screamed something. I don't. I screamed "hard eight, bitch." And we did actually run. I did actually roll a hard eight after that, but it was or something like that. It might have been a hard six. He would know if he listens to this. He'll be able to chime in. But I remember his countdowns for Vegas were great
Yep.
and actually really funny.
Yep. And
So
he had
good
this like
good stuff.
Vegas round the world segment and stuff like that. Like, yeah, it was a good show. It was a really good show. But so I just sent him a DM and was like, "Hey, man, looks like a production company stole your idea." So that's all I got.
Sheldon Wynn. I love the Sheldon. That's Sheldon Adelson and Steve
Yep.
Wynn. Yes, that is pretty good. So I guess we need to tease things a little bit, and then we'll get to a few more comments.
All right. That being said, it is time for the tease. Take it away, Michael.
I'm taking it away. Today, we're just going to slowly, quickly talk about how do you really value comps? And is it possible today to extract enough value where it's really worthwhile? And this is a very hard question to answer. And one of the things that I run into all the time with folks is, one of the answers is that the reason why casinos give you comps is to keep getting you to come back and continue to play more and more. And of course, it can be a slightly evil cycle. So, in order to extract the most value, you need to extract value and play less or not play as much or even be more strategic about your play. Otherwise, in essence, you could pretty much so be paying for those comps. But then we get into the issue of how do you value those comps and what would you really pay for something? And I've gotten into this before on travel rewards a lot. When somebody says, "Hey, I've redeemed this business class airline ticket for 200,000 miles and that ticket was $12,000, so I got 12,000 in value." And of course you didn't because you wouldn't pay $12,000, though you did get some value for that. And the same kind of question becomes when somebody, I don't know, their host books them into a suite and they look online and that suite is $2,500. So can you really value that suite night as $2,500? Is it really worth that? I don't know. Would you have paid that? So that's sort of an interesting thing to look for. And I guess the main point that I'm trying to make is that you need outsized value, and that becomes harder and harder to obtain. And it has to be outsized value in comparison to what you would legitimately pay for something. And then there were some interesting kind of caveats of things that you can extract value throughout the year. And it seems to be that perhaps, maybe the punishment isn't that bad, such as the Caesar's drink vouchers when you're Diamond Plus or above, which gives you $25 a day for 4 drink vouchers. And those are not tied to any play, but they probably are tied to potentially hurting your theoretical with Caesars. But then that question becomes, if you reach that status and you have $100 worth of drinks and you take 25 trips to Vegas, and maybe on those 25 trips or 25 days, those 20, not 25 trips, but 25 days, you extract $100 worth of drinks and on trips that you aren't staying at Caesars. I mean, should you do that? Does that hurt your account? Does that make you feel better? Does that make it worthwhile to get Diamond Plus? Maybe you do that every other trip. Anyway, some stuff to think about there. So Movestro, what do you think? I know you're not super duper into loyalty, and maybe there's some reasoning there too, because some people have said to me over time that hey, the comps just aren't worth it, and while they will still use their players card and will track things, they just don't worry about it as much. They play exactly at the level and often less than they would play if they were really chasing comps or chasing status. So what do you think? Do you think it's an evil cycle that maybe might not be worth it as much anymore going into 2024?
It does seem like people tend to chase the comps, especially when they're just starting off, because it's like, oh, if I spend more, I'll get better offers, and but you're paying for those comps theoretically. So I, I don't know, man. The only time I'm into loyalty if it's like with my boo. Other than that, sorry, that was just a joke.
Okay.
In a relationship, I'm into loyalty. Other than that, when it comes to casino loyalty and stuff, I mean, it's like you have to accumulate. I don't have the budget for that kind of stuff. So like when I see like the Fountain Blow rewards, Fontainebleau, whatever it's called,
Fontainebleau. I
Fontainebleau.
think it's more of a blow.
All right, a blow. When I saw their rewards, it's like, you know, 100 points. Wait, $1 equals 1 point. $1 of play or rated play equals 1 point or something, or maybe 3 points, and then 100 points equals $1. So when you look at that, it's just sort of like it could take a
But
long
set that
time.
aside. It's not even, the best point that you made, even setting aside if we want to get into the math about all of this stuff,
Hmm.
which I don't. And there is actually a great thread on Vegas message board about Fontainebleau rewards. And I happened to come across it because somebody mentioned the video that the someone mentioned the video that we did yesterday about the awards program, and if you remember, I said this program seems an awful lot of like about Win, and this guy Julian C actually mentioned that in that thread, and then mentioned afterwards in a video, hey, I wonder if you read this and saw this. But he was extremely observant, which I've been sometimes over the years, but I was not. It just looked like a similar program. He actually compared the logins, and it looks like they're using the same software at FB. I'm just going to call it FB. They're using the same software at FB for their rewards program as Win uses, and that was great by Julian. And he's done some great comparisons of the programs. I will try to throw a link in the show notes to that, but there's some really granular detail about how the earning structure and the Theo earning structure and earning for video poker and earning for slots and comparisons between win rewards and what we believe FB will be. So that's interesting stuff. But getting back to what I was really trying to say, and your best point, most Vestro, is the loyalty, is not getting married to a property. And I often say this about loyalty all the time. Don't get married to a hotel. People do this with hotel programs. Don't get married to an airline. Don't get married to a casino. You should just be married to one thing, and that's your wallet. And that's how you should be concerned. But a lot of times it is dangerous, because then you make irrational decisions. Because rational once you become married to a program and so obsessed about the program and the tier levels and the status, then you make irrational decisions to keep that status, and that seldom ends extremely well.
All right. Well, now that we are at the 14-minute mark, I just thought of that joke we had earlier. Now that we are at the 14-minute mark, is there any thoughts or any closing remarks you'd like to make?
Sure, yes, there are. And of course, you know what the crazier thing is? The less that we feel we have to talk about, the longer the episode is. That's a very
Yeah,
funny.
I've noticed that.
Anyway, anyway, we got some great comments off of our Fountainebleau rewards, or is it Blow? It's really Fountainebleau.
Blah.
And Vital Vegas said it's actually Fountain Blue. BLUE. That was good. And somebody else said that Fontainebleau has been blowing around in Miami for a half a century. Jay Scott said, so Golden Royal is the level I would be at, and I like it. I'll check out the High Limit Room on my next visit. I'm very much looking forward to it, though I bet Movestro will be over there way before I am because I decided not to fly into Vegas this week. When I walk up to the players' card desk, I'll politely ask them to blah me. That's from Steven. And Margie said that she did appreciate that they showed their perks for tier levels. That is quite common. Yes, thank you, Margie. And also, obviously, the top 2 highest levels is where you want to be. But more importantly, it looks like they have true room service. Oh my goodness, this is a big deal. At least that's what the pictures depict on their website. I'm going to take a very strong guess that Marge Johnson is correct and that there will be good room service, real proper room service like Wynn Las Vegas and Crockfords at FB. That's what I'm going to guess. Somebody said, blah, that really blows. So that's thank you everybody for giving your comments. We had a lot of fun with that. Anything else from you, Movestro? Tell me when you're getting over to FB. I'm just using FB, then I don't have to think too much about pronunciation.
I might try to go there on Saturday, get some pictures and footage and stuff, see what it's like. I'm assuming that that's going to be adorned with the color blue. And blue is one of my favorite colors.
Well,
my God.
You know what?
Okay.
Let's see if you can get over there
Damn.
and get a couple. We will have something to speak about in our season finale on Sunday. So that could make it for a lot of fun. So stay tuned. We only have 2 more episodes for this wonderful 2023. That will be hopefully tomorrow's episode, and then our season finale on Sunday. And then we will be back with you in January of 2024.
Alrighty, well that's going to do it for this episode. Luxury travel booking, TravelZork Travel. Visit us at TravelZorkTravel.com to plan your next amazing vacation, and please join the conversation on social media. You can find us easily. All social platforms are at TravelZork. We'll see you next time.